Yeah, like they were nice to my dad and stuff when he was young, and like when he had gotten back from Nam, and they're just nice people that I knew.
Well,
so
nice people that kill people.
Yeah,
so,
but they kill
alcohol.
I kill bad people.
Yeah. But the thing you said that's so important is that like prohibition, all it does is prop up organized crime, and the fact that we still do it, it's just for optics. It's just because people's like, I don't want legal drugs on the streets and my kids getting hooked on drugs. Like, drugs are here. They're here. If your kids go to a club, if your kids go to a bar, if your kids are partying, drugs are there. They're a real thing. You'd be way better off if drugs were legal and then you knew exactly what you were getting. Because these kids are getting fentanyl. Because I had this guy, Ed Calderon, the other day, who's a expert in the cartels. And he said they started adding fentanyl because they had grown so many poppies that the soil had been depleted. So the heroin was very weak. So to make the heroin more potent, they started adding fentanyl.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm. And the desire for all that stuff was all because of the Sackler brothers. So the Sackler brothers, when they created this opiate crisis in America, which did not exist before, where everybody's hooked on these fucking pills, then they start cracking down the laws. So now you have a demand and you don't have a supply. And then along comes the cartel and starts making pills. And they start making pills with fentanyl in them because their heroin's not that strong.
Xanax, Percocet,
Everything.
All these things that kids don't know they're taking. That's the shit part. And so you're
they make it look just like the real pill. Like, I know what those are.
Oh, yeah. You get those pressed Xannies that look just like a bar, and it's just complete fentanyl. And I remember when fentanyl, I shouldn't say first came out, it's been around, but it was first started becoming, they put it in products you weren't expecting. And I had like 3 friends die within a matter of maybe 4 months. And that's how I started noticing, like, well, this is going to get serious. And now, like, there's a site I see, it's like called Every 11 Minutes. And that's when, or every 11 seconds. And that's how long it takes for someone to OD on fentanyl in this country.
So every 11 seconds, a new person is overdosing on fentanyl. Wow. And all because of our stupid laws. And I'm not saying legal heroin would be good for everybody. It's not good to do heroin. I think everybody would agree to that.
Well, yeah.
No?
I did it before once. It was good.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
What was it like? Did you shoot it or snort it?
I snorted it. No, sorry. I snorted it, and then I smoked black tar heroin, and one time I shot it, so 3.
Wow. What was the best one? The shooting it?
Yeah.
That's why they do it.
That was majestic.
Was it?
Yeah, dude.
What's it like?
The most calming, wonderful. God, this sounds like I'm promoting it. Also with my voice, like it's the most calming, wonderful sensation you've ever had. You're gonna love it, kids. It felt amazing. Like every problem you've ever had is gone, and you feel nothing but euphoria, which is different than like Oxy and some other stuff, which kind of just makes you feel, to me, loose and tired. I mean, this makes you tired. You're crashing out, but you're also getting a feeling that was really, really like warm and exciting. Like I only smoked crack once on accident, and that was.
How do you do that on accident?
They put it in a joint, right? So we're sitting on my friend's back porch, and he gives me Hershey's on the joint, and I hit it, and it had like a weird sizzle, and I hit it. I'm like, this is the best pot I've ever had in my life. And he's like, yeah, they gave me free crack, and I was like, oh, good. So I'm now high on crack. My other friends are pissed. They go and throw the joint in a sewer. And I'm just sitting there like, and it doesn't last very long, but it felt really fucking good. Like I immediately would have done more crack had there been the option, but it definitely takes you over very quickly.
Did you ever see the Hunter Biden thing recently where he did this interview where he's talking about how great crack is?
Oh, yeah. He's spot on.
It was the best ad for crack I've ever seen in my life. And you only did like one hit, right?
I did once, and then I'm done. Like, very rare.
When they threw it in the sewer, did you want to go get it?
Yes. I wanted to go... I wanted to go back to Weyburn, where the street where we got it. And I was like, we should go get more crack, guys. I don't know if you didn't feel this, but it's...
I think you're probably No, you're not the first person I've talked to that shot heroin, but the first person who described it.
Oh, it was... My friend Jay had it, and it was in high school.
Yeah, it was it had to be better to get people to shoot it up. This is the only way it could be. To get people to that kind of commitment, get a needle, find a vein, get a fucking rope, tie off your arm.
It was awful, that part.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't.
Did you do it with a guy?
Yeah.
So he'd done it before.
He
showed
did
you
it
how to
for
do
me.
it?
Yeah.
Oh god.
He died of a heroin overdose in his
weird.
parents' kitchen. Yeah, I know you wouldn't expect it.
What a
He
shocker.
found his head between like the fridge and the stove.
You got stuck?
I think he was either looking for something or collapsed right there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Nice guy.
I knew this dude in the 90s. His name was Water Dog.
Okay.
He was a professional pool player, like a really high-level professional pool player, and he was a heroin addict. And he would go into the bathroom. Like I saw him play straight pool, which is this game where you're just running balls. Like it's called 14-1. It's what they played in The Hustler. So you have, instead of an 8-ball where the ball's in the center, you have a soft break where you're just trying to not scatter the balls very much. And the idea is to eventually someone makes a mistake and you leave an open shot and that person runs out that rack, leaves one ball on the table, makes that ball and collides the cue ball into the rack and opens up that rack and then keeps going. And a really good player can run like 200-300 balls.
Yeah.
So this guy was playing for $10,000 in the 90s. So it was a lot of money.
Shit,
and I was broke, so I couldn't believe anybody could play pool for $10,000. This guy goes into the bathroom, shoots up, comes out, and sits on this this bar stool like this. Just sits there for like 20 minutes, man. Just sat there. And then we were all watching him. Like his arms are all curled up like this. And then he got off, screwed his cue together, and never missed. When I say never missed, I mean it was the craziest display of pool I think I had ever seen at the time. He played like the greatest pool player that's ever played. He had no nerves. He couldn't be rattled. The guy he was playing, this guy George the Greek, who's this degenerate gambler, was a really good player too. Who's screaming and yelling at him, "This motherfucker, he can't play without the shit. He's got to have that shit to play." He didn't give a fuck. He was listening to him yell. He had eyeballs. His pupils were like the size of quarters.
Yeah.
And he didn't miss. He just was firing balls in with like perfect accuracy. He got perfect position on every ball. It was wild to watch. He was just fully heroined up, just running out the table like he saw it in advance. Like it was like he was looking at a math problem that was easy to solve.
And he's just basically slow Eddie and coming back and just knocking it all in. Like but it's never been like a performance enhancing drug. But to that guy,
but for nerves, this is the thing. I think if
that's a good point.
If you're playing for $10,000 and you're basically homeless, he was basically homeless.
Yeah,
I mean, he would like sleep on people's couches. He would stay.
Oh, yeah.
And so with a guy like that, you'd get a backer. So a bunch of gamblers would come in, and then they'd come up with the money, and then they'd go in with you, and you'd get a cut of it. So if you won, maybe you get 40%, and they get 60% because they put up all the money. So it's a free shot at 40% of $10,000. And for a guy like that, he's got no money.
Yeah.
I mean, he's staying in flop houses, and he always had the same shirt on, like a throwaway sweater with a Christmas tree on it. Like, he always looked like shit.
Yeah.
But I watched him play some of the greatest pool I've ever seen played in my life.
That's incredible.
On this really tight-pocketed table, too.
Yeah.
The table was like a real trick table. Table 1 at Executive Billiards in White Plains, New York. It was a trick table.
Yeah.
It was like you had to be really good to play on that table, and that's why George wanted to play him on that table, because it was hard.
Okay.
And he was used to it. That was like his home turf. He played on it all the time. And this motherfucker never missed. Heroined out of his mind.
That's
he had
crazy.
no nerves. George would like yell in his face. He'd be like this. Nothing. Didn't feel a thing. Didn't feel a thing. Just... and never missed.
That's what it is. There's no problem to you anymore. It takes away every worry you have.
So I ran into him years later.
Okay.
There's a pool tournament in, so this is when I was probably 23. I was living in New York, and then I moved to LA. And then I'm like 27, 28 now, and I'm playing in this tournament at Hard Times Billiards. Hard Times was like the pool hall in the country back then. Like all the world-class professionals, all the Filipinos, the best players in the world.
It sounds familiar, actually.
Crazy place. It was an amazing place. I used to love going there. I'd play in the Sunday tournament. So I get down there, and I see Water Dog. I go, "Hey, man, what are you doing out here?" Because he's a Connecticut guy. He's from Connecticut.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Man, I'm going to play in the tournament, but I don't have any money." I go, "I'll put you in the tournament." Because, like, it's like, I remember what it was, like $50 or something for this guy. I'm like, "You might win this fucking thing." He goes, "But I got to go get my shit." I go, "Okay, go get your shit." He goes, "I need a ride." I go, where do you need to go? And he's like, South Central. I'm like, I'm not driving you to South Central LA so you can score heroin. Are you out of your fucking mind?
It's like, don't worry, it's just the
And he was
worst
like, dude, you won't get caught. I was like, you can't say that. I go, first of all, if you get caught, they take your car. And I had a nice car at the time. I had a Toyota Supra. I was pretty excited about.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not driving my brand new Toyota Supra to fucking the crack house.
Right,
So
well,
you can
especially
buy
in
heroin.
South Central.
This is crazy, but they arrest people all the time doing that. And they take their
Right.
cars. That was like the scam. They compound your car and then they auction it.
Right.
I was like, he's like, that won't happen. I'm like, you fucking what?
Yeah.
So I go, look, I'll put you in the tournament if you want to play, but I'm not taking you. I go, if you can get a cab there or something, go.
Right.
So he just did it straight, and he couldn't make a ball.
Really?
Yeah, he lost 2 matches in a row. He was out.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. NFL fans, Week 1 just became your place to play free and grow the bag. DraftKings Pick 6, an official partner of the NFL, is here with Bag Builder, a completely free way to play for a share of $1 million or more in cash. Think you could stack some cash? Here's how it works. Download the Pick 6 app, DraftKings' easiest way to play fantasy using code Rogan. Enter for free. Just make 6 picks, more or less, on player stats for week 1. That's it. It's that simple. No entry fee, no catch. Want an even bigger shot? Share your link with friends to add more cash to the bag and get bonus shots to win. As the player count goes up, so does the prize. Hit all 6 of your picks and you'll be splitting a bag that's already at $1 million or more. Don't just sit back. Get in for free. Build the bag and run it up. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app. Use code Rogan. Opt in and start stacking entries for NFL Week 1. Zero cost, huge upside. In partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. Must claim token for free entry in Bag Builder contest. Only perfect entries earn share of cash prize. Tokens are single use and expire September 8th at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Did you bet for him to win?
No,
Oh,
I
good.
gave him like whatever the entry fee was for the tournament.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
But I wasn't,
You were probably like, yeah, not today. I don't think.
Well, I was just like tired of him telling me to go to South Central to get heroin with him.
Well, yeah, and that's a good way to get carjacked on top of if it's just cops.
Yes.
I mean, that was very
Yeah,
popular to do
cute
back
little
then.
white boy who's on TV.
Yeah, dude, that's how they got
Yeah.
cars.
Not only that, I would actually be buying the heroin.
Oh, was this during Fear Factor or
No, this was during News Radio.
News Radio?
So
Okay.
I would be buying heroin because I would have to pay for it because he didn't have any money, which is why he didn't have any money to get into the tournament. So like I would have to I would be buying heroin
Yeah.
in South Central.
From
There was
News Radio.
There was no TMZ back then, so it probably wouldn't have even made the news if I got arrested. No
Which
one would
is-
have cared.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know.
No one would have cared. I was
They just
one
think
person.
it was Andy Dick and let it go.
But even Andy Dick wasn't getting in trouble back then. Not really. It wasn't making the news. Our show wasn't popular enough that anybody cared. And
Oh, I
I was
love your
only one of 8 people on the cast.
Right.
So I wasn't a star. So I could go anywhere. And every now and then someone would go, hey, you're that guy from that show. Hey, what's up?
Okay.
It was pretty easy to get around back then.
Which is great if you're on an NBC show. Oh, I mean, good or
Yeah.
bad, but you're getting the money and
Oh,
you don't
no.
have to deal with all the shit.
Well, it was really good preparation for what I have to deal with today.
Yeah.
Because it was like a slow trickle of fame to the point when you get really famous, you're like, oh, I know what this is. This is a trick.
Right.
Like, don't get sucked into the trick. But back then, so if I got arrested, it probably would have just been, I would have probably had to do some time or something. I probably would have had to like plea out or do community service. I probably would have explained what happened. Maybe they listened to me. I'd be like, please drug test me. I've never done heroin.
Yeah.
I'm not. But even though you're still buying heroin, so it's still a felony.
Well, it was a time where they were more lax on all those laws, too. I mean, not
Yeah.
lax, but lax with penalties, I should say.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't as public. Because, I mean, even like Robert Downey Jr., who I do greatly admire, actually, because I'm in recovery as well, but even with him, it's like you had to go into your neighbor's house and fall asleep in a kid's race car bed, and people were like, maybe you should do a little time behind bars.
Yeah, well, he was a repeat offender, and
Yeah.
he probably jail was a wake-up call for him. I love that guy. He's a great guy, too.
And it's become Iron Man, so to watch that trajectory
Yeah.
is absolutely astonishing.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
Wish I'd get him off that vegan diet, though. Looks like he's fucking wasting away.
Yeah, that doesn't look good on anybody.
It's not real.
No.
You're trying to be kind, but you're just supporting monocrop agriculture, which kills more animals than anything.
Yeah, I don't want my superheroes vegan.
Well, he's a nice guy. That's what it is. Nice people want to do kind things, and and sometimes you get roped into a shitty decision making, and you're getting all your protein from soy. And they're like, "Why do I have tits? I'm like, why am I lactating? Why am I always crying?"
I'm very emotional all the time.
And now they're banning lab-grown meat, so like they can't even go to that. Which I mean,
It's good, right?
I don't know. I don't know enough about the dangers of lab-grown meat. I don't know.
I ate a Beyond Burger once because
That's not lab-grown meat.
One.
That's horseshit.
It was awful.
Those are terrible.
Yeah.
Those they're in trouble because those people, like their stockholders, all fucking went crazy because they thought they were gonna make money off that. They're like, "This is it. We made it. It tastes just like a burger. Everyone's gonna love it. Cruelty-free." No, it gives rats cancer.
Oh, good.
You ever seen? There's a study on these because essentially it's the most highly processed shit available. Look, if you want to be a vegetarian or a vegan or whatever, eat vegetables.
Yeah.
Eat organic vegetables. That's healthy. But when you want to pretend that something's a hamburger, it's a trans burger, you have to. It has to go through a lot, just like a trans person has to go through. You want to get a vagina? Guess what? You need general anesthesia, and you have to have a guy who's going to cut your dick in half and use an apple core to make you a vagina, and then you're going to have to take a rubber dick and keep it in there so it doesn't close up.
Yeah,
so you
so
have
by
to
the
dilate.
time you're getting the patty that basically shoots up a school, it's all just filled with nonsense.
It's bad for you.
Yeah.
It's all bad for you, and it's not even satisfying. It's not good. Like when my friend Duncan, Duncan Trussell.
Yes, yeah.
He was living in North Carolina, and he sent me a picture during the pandemic. He was like, "Look, this is all that's available," and all the meat had been gone, and there was just Beyond Burgers. That's all that was left. Everybody had bought all the hamburger, all the steaks, all the chicken, and it was just this fucking bullshit fake meat.
Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, you kind of have to know it's bullshit.
Well, I think in the beginning, like, didn't Kevin Hart have a restaurant where he was just selling all vegan food? People do it because they think they're being a good person. That's what it is.
Sure.
Yeah, I get it. I get the sentiment behind it, but just eat vegetables. If you really want to go that route, just eat vegetables. But guess what? Don't go that route. It's not good for you.
Well, no, we're not designed to do that.
No.
And I'm not saying I have the healthiest diet, obviously, but it's like, yeah, I like steaks. I like meat.
It's probably the only thing keeping you alive.
Probably the only thing I get, yeah. I eat a lot of dyes. I get a lot of migraines.
A lot of dyes, a lot of that red 40 that they're trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
That was another hilarious thing when RFK Jr. was saying that they had to get rid of the red dye 40, and they're like, well, if we do, what will happen to our business? Meanwhile, the same business is selling this same cereal to Canada without the dye because in Canada it's illegal.
Right. Oh, the amount of stuff that we looked at, like our entire breakfast as a kid was just cancer. That's the only thing they advertised on TV.
Just dyes.
Just have a big sugary bowl of cancer and some toast with
just diabetes too, waiting for you. God.
Yeah, it was nuts to think the amount of, because I'm just the microwave generation. Like, yeah, just throw that in the microwave. We can just pour a bowl of this shit that lasts 45 years in the cupboard.
For us,
You'll
it was
be fine.
TV dinners.
Yeah.
You get a frozen TV dinner, you put it in the oven. The next thing you know, you're eating Salisbury steak. Yum, yum.
And those wonderful potatoes.
Yeah, those little fluffy potatoes are in that little tin.
And occasionally the worst brownie you've ever had.
It's not a good brownie.
No.
I used to love those little TV dinners. I used to think it was a treat when we ate TV dinners.
Oh, yeah. That's how it was at my house.
There's no vitamins in that.
No, you never felt full. You felt gross, but you never felt full.
It's just, you think about it, I mean, even the food pyramid. I mean, how crazy is it that in the 20th century they had it totally wrong? with all the access to books, all the information we had about health and nutrition, they were so wrong. Even with the food, at the bottom of it was all the shit that gives you inflammation. What the foundation is this inflammation-causing bread.
Yeah. Like, what you need here is mostly wheat. You have to make sure you get 18 servings a day of white bread.
With bromate in it. You want to get a lot of that. You want to get a lot of folic acid sprayed on it. Enriched flour's better.
Yeah. Here's sugar. That's in there for some reason.
Yeah.
2 ounces of protein. Make sure you grab that a
Tons
day.
of sugar, dog. Tons.
Everything.
Everybody had type 2 diabetes when I was a kid. They just didn't know it.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody's getting it now. It's still constant.
I know. There's never been a time where poor people are so fat.
No, like, starving people are obese.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. Like, you can't get nutrition in your body, but you also have to sit down to get groceries in a cart.
Or to go to Disneyland.
Yeah, that's...
Disneyland is the place you find them all.
Yeah, and it's like, why? Like, you
Because they get the carts for you. They have carts set up there for you. Because it's a
Yeah.
lot of distance you got to cover.
You do, yeah.
A lot of parks.
I just don't see the enjoyment of a ride.
Any rides?
Well, I mean, not the ride you get for free to go from ride to ride, but the actual ride.
Oh.
No, I love rides myself, but if I weighed 400 pounds, I may not enjoy it, or...
Yeah, that would take a lot of the love out of it.
It would, wouldn't
It
it?
wouldn't fit in those seats.
Especially if you're with your kid and the bar comes down and that one
Right.
has no protection.
Right. The kid's fucked. The kid's
Yeah.
just going to pop right off the top because you're so fat.
Exactly.
Right. Right? There's like this much of a gap.
You've
The
seen
kid's
those
just
people where the
sliding
kid
in and out.
the kid's like looking at his mom all nervous,
Yeah,
like
he
realizing.
should be fucking nervous. You should be terrified. I used to think that when I got on ski lifts. I'm like, this is crazy.
I
They
never.
just let you sit on this thing way, way, way above the mountain.
Oh, and people would fall off all the time.
Yeah.
Because they think it would be funny to jump or whatever. Dude, it was always bad.
Oof.
Like, we didn't have mountains in Michigan, but we did have big enough hills. Like, I went skiing. We did a lot of skiing when we were real young. And then I went down it was like a double black diamond, I think
Oh
they're
my
called.
God.
Yeah, I was like, I got this. And my ski got stuck in a soft mogul, and I just went down it on my face. It looked like 8 dudes beat the shit out of me. Like, I was just like all scarred and bleeding. And then I just didn't ski much after that.
I got a concussion a few years back and I stopped skiing. I'm like, I'm done. I got a concussion and I got what's called an insufficiency fracture in my shin. Some lady didn't know how to ski and she slid into the trail like sideways, like doing this thing.
Yeah.
And I had 2 choices, either destroy this lady or wipe out hard. And I took the second choice and I banged my head off the ground.
Oh, shit.
It was bang. I heard this, and I had a helmet on, but it was still. The bang was loud, and I was dizzy for the rest. I 100% got a concussion, and I didn't feel right for the rest of the day. And then I was like, I'm done. This is not worth the thrill. Everybody I know has a torn ACL from it, a concussion. My grandpa died.
Oh, God,
You
I'm
know?
sorry. Yeah.
No, not
Oh,
mine.
no. Oh, I didn't know if you meant your...
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not
but
my
no, they
grandpa.
do, though.
They all have stories.
Well, yeah, they all
know?
have this, like,
Yeah.
somebody knows a Sonny Bono
Yeah,
who just,
yeah.
like, launched right into a tree of a mighty oak.
It's not worth it.
No, dude, I just never enjoyed it that much. And when I tried snowboarding, I'm like, I sucked at skateboarding and was a poser at that. Why am I even attempting this?
Snowboarding, you're attached to that fucker, too. At least with
Yeah.
skis, the skis pop off.
Yeah, you can get away.
Yeah.
The board's coming with you when you fall.
I know a lot of people got knocked out snowboarding because the feet go up in the air.
Yeah.
You know, like something happens, the feet go up in the air and your head first.
Dude, my son does it, and he's 10, and I let him, but he's pretty good at it, but I always get very nervous when he goes to do it. But he's good with, I mean, he's a very good athlete.
The good thing is little kids have less weight, and when they're falling, it's not as painful, and then they're all flexible and pliable. They're not.
Dude, he broke his arm. It was crazy, and he was better in like, it was like 8 days. It was like Wolverine. It's like, how did you do this? Like, I tore my, meniscus, ACL, blew off half my kneecap.
Oh boy.
And yeah, I was making fun of my friend, and then he tackled me, and we were on a linoleum floor with keg beer.
Oh no.
So instead of going to the hospital when it was in a lot of pain, I'm like, I'll just wait till the morning. And I had my friends carry me around this party. And then the next morning, I'm like, yeah, this isn't moving at all. So my friend Jimmy drove me to the hospital. And, dude, it was like out of a, like, sitcom. Like, doctors opened up a door into my leg. He wheeled me into a drinking fountain on accident. Like, I broke my leg more just trying to get into the hospital. And then by the time I got in for them to do the surgery. They're like, what happened? I couldn't be like, oh, I was drunk at my friend's house. You know, I was like,
Right.
oh, I slipped on ice. It was winter. I was walking to my car, and they're like, this is a lot of damage for just slipping on ice because I just twisted it all night. And I should have known. I mean, my foot was like behind me.
Oh God.
When I did it, like my knee just is. So I have rods in my right knee. So I just
Oh
tried.
really? You
Yeah.
have rods to keep it together?
3, yeah.
Wow. It was that bad?
Yeah, like you can hear it pop sometimes when I walk. It's pretty nice.
Does
Just
it hurt?
Sometimes, but not as bad as you think it would. If I'm like doing a treadmill for a long time, or if I do something where we're just outside, like because I'll go hiking or whatever, like so my wife likes it, so we'll do that. But I like it. That'll hurt after maybe a couple miles, but not like a severe pain. But
Just annoying.
yeah,
That's
And-
fine.
Yeah, and you can like weather messes with it in the sense, but nothing crazy.
Do they? Is there an option to take those rods out? Because I know a lot of them they put them in there so that the bones heal correctly, right?
Yeah. There might be. I mean, it's been 25 years. I'm sure there's been advancements in it, and I just don't bring it
I
up.
bet your bones are just growing around it
Oh,
now. And
I'm sure it's destroyed. They're probably like, "Why didn't you come in?" I'd be like, "You didn't bring it up either."
yeah, I know a guy who broke his arm, and the screws from the plate that kept his arm together were popping through his skin. So he had another operation. They opened up his arm again and took the plate out, and because the arm had healed, like the bones had fused, but then the plates and the screws started backing out
That's
through
yeah.
his skin. They
That-
were poking through his skin.
That's what happened to my son, and it sucked because he was like 6, and him and his friend were hanging out at his friend's house, and they had like a slide that was 8 feet in the air, and they both decided to jump off of it.
Oh God.
And he landed funny, and he's a little kid. So I was at my friend's mom's funeral. I like rushed back to get him. It's the worst thing in the world when it's your kid. It's just the worst. But yeah, we made sure like he got the screws out. He got the right, like everything went fine. But the
when you're
way
6,
that
you heal so
dude,
quick.
it was honestly like they cut the cast off like